All right, so the framework for this is that everybody's kind of two people, and this is kind of their inner self, their inner child, or whatever you want to call it, and their conscious mind. The you feel like you are, your rational thought, however you want to frame that. Your internal child is felt primarily through it communicates with you primarily through emotions. That's its most prevalent communication, but there's other things as well. I was, going through a thing on the phone, and I was getting out of the car, and I dumped all my stuff that I wanted to bring in into the bag, to get it all in one trip. And I'm getting out, and I closed the door, and I got this little panic in my head, like I might have locked the keys in there. I'm pretty sure I didn't lock the freaking keys in there. They're going to be in that bag, but they're not in my hand. Usually I like to have them in my hand when I lock the door and close it. Just right there, directly in my hand, so I know that I'm not locking them in there. But I didn't have it because I'm pretty sure I tossed it in the bag with everything else. Now, when I get inside and I'm kind of going through this, you get a little more anxiety. And what I gotta do is go in there and actually find my keys in the bag, and then I'll be all right, and I can settle down because I'll know then what it is. And that's kind of an anxiety. I wasn't too anxious, wasn't too worried about it, but that's the thing that I'm gonna do when I get in there, just to make sure that I haven't locked the keys in. And that's like so my conscious mind knows that I didn't lock the keys in there, but that inner child doesn't have the reasoning skills, and so it doesn't fucking know. And it was upset because it would be a big deal if I locked the fucking keys in the car. That's a lot of time and or money, maybe both. That would suck, and I'd have to deal with it right away, or else it could be a bigger problem. If I got to go do something and my keys are locked in the car, I haven't done anything about it. Well, now it's a little more important still. So there's a big risk reward thing here. Like, that would suck. And meanwhile, that's my inner child's pretty worried about that. And it has no idea that we didn't. And it's talking to my conscious mind. Don't worry about it. I didn't lock the fucking keys in there. Calm down. And like, what do you want me to do? Go in there and prove it to you? Go in the bag and grab the keys out and show you that I didn't? And my inner child is like, fucking yes, you stupid motherfucker. This is a big deal and you're acting like it's fucking nothing's happening. And so you're having like this domestic dispute. That's all happening in your subconscious. That's just your freaking, like, you're not actually saying that to your inner child, but that's the kind of message you're giving off. Yeah, your inner child needs you to go fucking find those keys. And that's why when I come in, I went in through the bag and I grabbed the keys out. I didn't consciously do this. But the message was conveyed somewhere in there that that's what I had to do, because I know I have made a conscious decision in my past to make that policy that I have the keys in my hand when I lock the door, and when I get inside, I go in and I grab the keys out and put them where they go. That was like the first thing I did, and that's what my conscious mind has gotten from this. But that's just because that argument happened before. And like, if I get any anxiety from it as I was walking in before I got the keys, if I was actually sitting there consciously thinking, like, did I lock the keys in there? That would be because the inner child is fucking yelling at me because it's fucking scared and worried, and that's kind of felt as anxiety, as an emotion. You'll be anxious, and that's when your conscious mind starts worrying about it. Yeah, so if I had anxiety, a little bit of anxiety coming into the house before I grabbed those keys from the bag, that's because I didn't have them in my hand when I closed the door. And that is the promise that my conscious mind made to my subconscious mind so it would not have to worry and cause me anxiety. I had promised it that. And when I threw those keys in the bag and closed that door without them in my hand, I broke that promise. And that's when your inner child starts yelling at you about it because you did it wrong. And so now it has to worry if you lock the keys in the car or not. And it has to tell you that, and it give you anxiety. So That's just how that plays out as two people inside of one. You know, I am two, and so that's kind of how I explain. I don't know, the theory of dealing with people as two different people at the same time, joined up in one, and it's more just how to interact with people, what they respond to, as opposed to what they say, because their conscious mind isn't the whole picture, and so what they're saying to you isn't the only thing they're telling you. Their subconscious is also saying things and feeling. They are feeling things. That I mean, the simplest way to say this is people have feelings. And the idea of talking to their inner child is more or less just the definition of empathy. So it's not like a giant revelation. It's just a framework to think about it that can maybe clarify how to do it correctly. Because then you're consciously thinking about it. When you're consciously thinking about it, you can alter your response, like setting a policy to have my keys in my hand so I don't feel anxiety that I've locked the keys in the car. And once you've translated that policy back to your subconscious, it kind of trains you to act appropriately. And that's why I don't have to think about having my keys in my hand. It just becomes a problem when I somehow forget to have my keys in my hand.